their state of Kansas. It'll be Coleman Hawkins and Angok Yang to tip it off. And we are underway from State Farm Center. DeAndre Buggage takes it from Jaden Hibbett. Into Niang. Ottawa looking to move the ball around here. Buggage will walk a little bit. He's going to get called for a travel, though. And we'll see the Illinois offense for the first time.
Yeah, I think Hawkins' length alone, had Buggage a little bit hesitant of what he wanted to do there, whether he wanted to pull up or drive.
Terrence Shannon Jr. will drive it to the hoop. He'll take it with the left hand.
Yeah, expect both offenses to work quick here. And that pregame talk with Coach Underwood, he said he wanted to score in 7 seconds or less. That's what they're doing early.
The fifth-year senior and transfer from Texas Tech from Chicago, Illinois. Buggage for three. Just misses short. Hawkins gets it. And he'll bring it up himself, showing that stretch forward ability. Damask. Luke Goody at the top of the key. Shannon in the corner, covered by Buggage. Shannon will drive it again. Takes it with the left, a little strong. Marcus Damask rebounds it. And Luke Goody takes a pump fake, mid-range. Count it.
It's looking a little too easy for that offense right now. It looks like Shannon walked into that lane, missed the layup, but they get a board and a bucket.
Here's Jaden Hibbett. He'll pull it up from the free throw line. A little strong. Ty Rogers with the rebound. The starting point guard for the Illini this season. A big question mark of who was going to take that responsibility this season around, when there were a lot of drama with the point guard position last year, with Sky Clark leaving and then Jaden Epps transferring as well to Georgetown, as Luke Goody will take a three and will drain it. 7-0 Illini. 5 now for Luke Goody. And the Braves need to find an answer here. Kaiser passes it out to Emil Fields. Niang at the top of the key. Buggage will drive it a little bit, kicks it out to Niang. He'll take a three and is strong with it. His college basketball debut, by the way, for Angok Niang, and that was something that head coach Aaron Siebenthal was really excited that he'll get the chance to make his debut in college basketball here at the State Farm Center against Illinois.
Yeah, Siebenthal called him his hardest worker on the team, and that's what they're looking to translate onto the court today. But in other sense, offensively, it looks like Ottawa's just a little hesitant to get things going. Looks like, the players are looking for someone else to step up and do something. So I think, Buggage, we talked about in the pregame, he's going to have to get this offense going.
Niang, native of Adelaide, South Australia, where he came to Ottawa, Kansas from. It's going to be a goaltending. The basket will be credited to Jaden Hibbett. Ty Rogers a little late to the block there. Tried to show off his athleticism against Jaden Hibbett, one of the fellow transfers on this Ottawa squad. Was at Washburn University a season ago. Native of Woodbridge, Virginia. Luke Goody with it. Over to the opposite corner for Marcus Damask to the Southern Illinois transfer. And Damask drains it.
Looks like they were swinging it over. They could have had Hawkins in the post as well, but Damask just saw the space, pulled up, and drained it.
The fifth-year senior from Waupun, Wisconsin, was Mr. Basketball in Wisconsin in 2019 and is coming off a fantastic year with Southern Illinois, where he played and started every single game for the Salukis. Was first team All-Missouri Valley Conference. Kaiser looking for someone to pass it to. Buggage, long-range three, and is strong. Ty Rogers looks to push it. Out to Damask. He'll drive it himself. Ty Rogers slams it home. And that one nearly stolen by Terrence Shannon Jr. Great transition offense by the Illini, though, and that's something Brad Underwood was telling us in our pre-production meeting earlier today. He was looking for the team to get on transition and move the ball around. They were really emphasizing trying to move the ball around this year, and that just showed right there some great offense.
Oh yeah, great find there, and not only do they want to increase that ball movement, but it's just all about increasing chemistry, and we'll see throughout the season, if you're sticking tuned with the Illini, how that'll play out.
Nicola Moretti, Justin Harmon, and Dane Gange in the game for the first time for Illinois. And Ottawa scores their second basket, first actual basket, if you will, because of the goaltending. And they're working into Danger, Shannon, Moretti, Goody from the corner. 2 for 2. Will Goody. He is feeling it so far tonight. 3 for 3 overall, 2 for 2 from 3 now. 8 points for the junior from Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's going to be a traveling on Ngok Enyang. Nicknamed AG by Coach Aaron Siebenthal and his Ottawa teammates. Fun fact, he was too old to play JUCO ball last year, so that's why he didn't appear at all with Barton College in Kansas. And now he is on this Ottawa squad, still a freshman according to eligibility. Moretti on the drive. And it's a little not strong enough to go in. Moretti, the younger brother of former Texas Tech standout Davide Moretti, who led Texas Tech to that national championship appearance in 2019. DeAndre Buggage over to Enyang. Here's Peyton Kaiser. Kaiser will try a one-footer. Contested by Moretti. No foul called, though. And the Illini looking to push. Terrence Shannon. He'll go all the way himself.
And once again, emphasizing that transition defense. Ottawa looking to be a little bit of a rut. If they don't score in those first 7 seconds, it looks like they don't know what to do with the basketball.
Buggage throws it away. Justin Harmon has it. Here comes Terrence Shannon Jr. up to danger! Look out below! My goodness! Wow! The Illini are really pushing the pace here early. And that is going to call a draw timeout for Coach Aaron Siebenthal in Ottawa. What a lob up to Danger.
Yeah, I mean, Shannon, a guy who can throw it down himself, he can finish, but he saw Danger trailing and threw it up for him. Throw it up for the big man. Let him slam it down.
That is going to draw us into a timeout, but on the sidelines right now is Alec Gilmore, third member of our crew. We're going to check in with him for the first time today. Take it away, Alec.
Thank you, Will, Spencer, guys. Ottawa are visitors tonight. They're very used to a lot of roster overhaul, a lot of changes year over year, just very innate within the NAIA. Illinois is getting more used to it, though, as the transfer portal develops and with new freshman classes in general. But two of those transfers in particular, you've already seen them check in. Justin Harmon and Quincy Guerrier, both on their third team of their careers. Quincy Guerrier most recently of Oregon. He's a stretch big that's going to add a lot of depth to this Illinois team. He's gelled really well with the team in the last week and a half, was what Coach Underwood had to say to us pre-game. And then as for Justin Harmon, it's been a story of grit and grind with him. From community college to Utah Valley, now at Illinois. Coach Underwood had one word to say about Justin Harmon. Tough. Toughness, day in and day out. That is something they're going to look for tonight and throughout this season. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much for that, Alec. Yes, we talked about how impressive Justin Harmon and Quincy Guerrier have been. But while the rest of this timeout occurs, we'll step aside for a brief moment as well. 19-4 Illinois here in the first media timeout. Buggage tried for the inside pass to Cameron Woods, but it went nowhere. Danger tried the baseline, good defense by Kloppenmaker. Tries it again, outside to Sincere Harris. Back up top to Moretti. Moretti goes right, kicks it over to Quincy Guerrier. He'll try a three. Oh, strong. Wanamaker with the rebound.
This will be a good time for Illinois to find different offensive identities, run different points, run different sets.
Wanamaker. Over to Buggage, three-pointer. Count it. Nice work there offensively by the Braves to find DeAndre Buggage, who led the team in three-point percentage a year ago, shooting it at 34.4%.
Yeah, they're going to need Buggage here to step up, find any open shots for them to keep them in this game.
Third team All-Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference member last year, DeAndre Buggage. Stands over the hook shot. Danger finds himself on the board for the second time. Now for the Illini big. As Jaden Hibbett's going to try and drive himself. Blocked by Guerrier. Hibbett again. Blocked by Guerrier again. Great work inside by Quincy Guerrier, the Oregon transfer. Harmon into danger. He can't corral it. And Buggage was able to grab before it goes out of bounds. Buggage, long range three. Wow, count it. Great work by DeAndre Buggage. That's something that Aaron Seaball is telling us. He can chuck up shots whenever he wants to. He can score the heck out of the basketball. His words.
I mean, that's why we made him one of the key players in the game, right? And, you know, back-to-back possessions where he just sees a little bit of an opening and he knows his offense needs to convert, so he's going to pull.
Buggage now 2 for 4. All shots coming from three-point range as Spencer Harris misses the layup. And Buggage going to try a pull heat check. That was a little short. Here's Moretti. Guerrier got to Danger. Foul call down low on Nita Wanamaker.
Already we can see the firepower goes down a little bit. Some of the starters out of the game. Took the block here by Courier. He's going to recoup himself. Get another block there. Size advantage. I mean, we talked about that pregame. Ottawa can relatively match up here with the size of Illinois. It's going to be a little tough, and I think as this game goes on, Ottawa can wear down in that department.
Ty Rogers sitting down for the Illini. To the game comes the top high school player in Maryland from last season, Amani Hansberry. 23 to 10 Illinois. Blake Ferguson brought the ball up for Ottawa. Here's the fellows in Brano. Good hand. Fields. Step back three-pointer. That misses short. And a good put back by Cameron Woods. Nice work there on the offensive rebound.
Almost seemed unexpected out of Illinois' defense there. Woods just elevated.
A little strong in the three. It falls to the mat. Hansberry puts it in the trap. First 2 points for Amani Hansberry as Cameron Woods gets that one to go, and one chance for the Braves. Nice work there by Woods with the contact. And with that, before the free throw attempt, Cameron Woods makes it, but that is going to send us into the under 12 timeout here from the State Farm Center. We'll step aside shortly. Don't go anywhere. 25-14 Illinois here on Big Ten Plus.
All right, fans, it's time for the Jimmy John's Quickie Fast Challenge. Our contestant, Jake, will face off against one of our Illini basketball players, and will have 15 seconds to name as many items in a certain category as they can. All right, Jake, in 15 seconds, name as many types of sandwiches as you can. And go.
Big Ten Plus. 25-14, Illinois leads it. Cameron Woods going to be at the free throw line after he got it to go through the contact. And has a chance to make it a 10-point affair here from the free throw line. Cameron Woods, the senior guard from Texarkana, Texas, and transfer from Casatat Community College in Arkansas. One of the other transfers on this Ottawa team as Terrence Shannon Jr. goes to the hole, gets it to fall, and he returns an and one favor to the Braves. Ennie Yang is responsible for the foul.
Look at the replay here, tough take. Heat clearly still moving, finishing in traffic, and the foul.
Terrence Shannon now with 6 points. Unanimous preseason All-Big Ten selection. Terrence Shannon Jr., first team All-Big Ten last season as voted by the coaches. Can't get the free throw to fall. Marcus Damas comes up with the rebound. Good work down low. Got out of the trap too. And here's Dre Gibbs Lawhorn first action. His three-pointer is long. And it falls into the hands of Woods. Ferguson. Covered by Gibbs Lawhorn, a freshman from Lafayette, Indiana, who spent most of last year basketball-wise playing with Overtime Elite. And was fantastic for Overtime Elite as well. Brad Underwood called him one of the better freshmen that has come into this program lately as Ennie Yang makes the hook shot.
Ennie Yang down low there, working on Coleman Hawkins. Clearly targeting him down low. Wouldn't be surprised if they went back to that in the future.
Damas kicks it out to Goody. It was hit out of bounds by Emil Fields rather. Good work defensively by Ottawa. Damas to take it out. Into Hawkins. Hawkins still scoreless. Very unselfish player in Coleman Hawkins. Damas out to Gibbs Lawhorn, and he'll get another chance at a three. That's a little strong again. Damas went out of bounds to save it. It's a hustle for the ball now. And Goody tried to throw it back in himself. Great hustle by the Illini, but they could not keep it in. You see Brad Underwood over there clapping it up for his team. He loves that.
I mean, Damas clearly on the offensive boards, he's been putting it together. Bodies hitting the floor. I mean, it's an exhibition game, but you can still tell, you know, they've been waiting to play for a long time, and they're getting it.
The Illini definitely showing some excitement to be playing this basketball game tonight. Ennie Yang. Out to Fields, back to Ennie Yang. He's got Hawkins covering him. Trying to back down Hawkins. We'll try a step back. Rims in and out. Luke Goody on the transition. Here's Shannon. Good defense by Cameron Woods. Ripped it away from Shannon. Blake Ferguson. Screen by Ennie Yang. That's going to be an offensive foul. Moving screen on Nguk Ennie Yang. Good work there by Dre Gibbs Lawhorn to kind of draw it as well.
You can see that left elbow extend, and once the ref sees that, that's an easy call for them.
Ty Rogers back to the game for Gibbs Lawhorn. Both teams planning on playing pretty much everyone they have available to, whether they see the court for 1 minute or whether they see the court for a very long time, as in starters slash six-man minutes, you could say.
And that's what these games should be about, right? I mean, we got a lot of fans here, excited to see everyone play, and you mentioned parents as well. Just overall a good experience.
Hawkins drains it from the top of the arc. He finds himself on the board with that three-pointer. Kloppenmaker at the top of the key. Here's Buggage once again. They're trying to get him open. He'll go baseline. Kloppenmaker will try a three. Misses right. And Justin Harmon corralled the rebound. Here's Ty Rogers. Now covered by Kloppenmaker. Rogers will go himself. Dishes it off to Guerrier. Not a very clean exchange though, and it ends up in the hands of Ottawa. On the drive goes Kaiser, out to Fields, three-pointer. Nice work offensively by Ottawa.
Yeah, they're starting to play with some pace now. You know, Siementhal, Ottawa, a relatively fast team on offense, and clearly when they got the ball moving quick, they've been able to convert.
Over to Guerrier in the corner from Hawkins. Just misses, and Domask is there for the tip-in. Good work by Justin Harmon to get it into the hands of Domask. Buggage open for three. It's a little strong, and ends up in the hands of Peyton Kaiser. Emil Fields will try a mid-range. Can't get it to go. And here's Coleman Hawkins. Into the hands of Justin Harmon. He'll try a little one-footer off the left foot. Nice work there by Harmon. Left foot, right hand.
He just kind of strolled in the lane there. Not sure what he was going to do, kick or shoot, but he just floated up there, able to convert.
The Utah Valley transfer, as Alec was alluding to earlier, Coleman Hawkins.
A great read from Hawkins there. He's been staying patient all game and not giving up too much information. He was able to jump that pass and go down and slam it.
Kaiser into Kloppenmaker, stolen by Hawkins. Harmon covered by Buggage. He'll still go up with it. And it's going to be a foul called on Jaden Hibbett. That's pretty much all you could have done in that situation.
Displayed some athleticism on the way. Having to fend off two defenders and draw the foul.
Illinois currently on a 6-0 run and have made three of their last field goals. And it being highlighted by that Coleman Hawkins slam. It's 36-20, Illinois here on Big Ten Plus.
All right, it's now time for the Sarah Champagne Sing-Along. You know the lyrics. Let's hear you sing 'em.
Will Charlton, Spencer Nelson, Alec Gilmore coming at you tonight on Big Ten Plus for this exhibition affair between Ottawa and Illinois. Going to the free throw line will be Justin Harmon after the shooting foul committed before the break. Justin Harmon currently with 2 points. Native of Chicago, Illinois, went to Curie High School in the city. Played in all 37 games and started 36 last year for Utah Valley. Led them to an NIT semifinal appearance against UAB, where they would fall in that tournament, coming off a season where he averaged 28 minutes a game and 14 points per game. And Harmon goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Shot 72.9% from the free throw line a season ago, as well as 45.3% from the field and 34% from behind the arc. So certainly a guy who Illinois can rely on when need be.
Yeah, I mean, he's got great talent, and that's why Illinois brought him in. It doesn't matter where you are, what school you go to, great coaches will find you.
Peyton Kaiser tried to get a little pretty with it, but does not work. Ty Rogers to Quincy Gary. He'll try to drive himself, and Kloppenmaker will be called for the foul. Or it's going to be on Emil Fields, rather. Looks like it would have been Kloppenmaker for a second, but instead it goes to Emil Fields, and that'll be 2 free throws for Quincy Guerrier, transfer from Oregon, who also went to school at Syracuse prior to Oregon. And fun fact about Guerrier, he was being recruited to Illinois initially right after high school, but instead chose to go to Syracuse and then Oregon, but now finds his way back to Champaign. Coming off a season where he played in all 36 games with the Ducks, who also found themselves in the NIT a season ago before they got upended at home by the Wisconsin Badgers, a fellow Big Ten school who Illinois will play once this season up in Madison. Averaged 9 points a game and 25.6 minutes per game did Quincy Guerrier. As Ottawa looking to find some offense here. Kaiser, covered by Moretti, will drive it himself. Out to Fields for 3, and count it.
Ottawa has found a mixture of Fields and Woods and Buggage as well. He's going to have Simmenthal, most likely going to have those guys on the court working together because they've been getting some buckets for them.
Emil Fields, 33.3% from behind the arc a season ago, as well as 38.5% from the field in general. Certainly a guy who can make shots when asked to. Here's Moretti. He'll try the lefty jumper. That's a little short into the arms of DeAndre Buggage. And Buggage is going to drive it himself, it looks like. It was blocked by Terrence Shannon Jr.
Now here's where they're dangerous in the transition.
That's going to be called a block. And that is so hard to stop when you have Terrence Shannon Jr. at 6'8" coming right at you. I mean, what I was supposed to do is just try to get in his way and stop him.
Look at the block here. Shannon elevating, and then in transition, Kaiser just tries to get in the way there. You mentioned the size and strength of Shannon. You're going to take a tough hit, wishing that you get a call going the other way.
Aaron Siebenthal in our pre-production meeting was saying you can't really plan to guard guys like Terrence Shannon. It's just, you just kind of have to see what you can do against them.
Let's hope that he misses.
Exactly. Both sides didn't really do a whole lot of scouting for this matchup, as it is just an exhibition affair. Like we talked about for Ottawa, they're more so just worried about the experience being able to play a premier program like the Illinois Fighting Illini. Jaden Hibbett has no success with the righty floater, and Moretti tried to push it. Hansberry, little short on the initial attempt, but then gets that one to fall, and they'll have a chance for one more.
Oh, Moretti bringing it up, staying patient, finding Shannon, finding Hansberry down low. 2 attempts. Did not allow those second chance points against the Illini, especially if you're Ottawa. You got to stay in this game and clean up on the boards.
Hansberry coming off a fantastic career at Mount St. Joseph High School in Maryland. Initially from Silver Springs, Maryland. Imani Hansberry was the Gatorade Maryland Player of the Year last year and a 4-star recruit coming here to Champaign. One of the key freshmen this season. Brad Underwood, a lot of praise for him in our pre-production meeting earlier today. Puts in a lot of hard work and is a rebounding machine. Ottawa back on offense. A.J. Hoff over to Cameron Woods. He'll try a double cover, and it has it.
Woods has been solid as ever for them. Up against a smaller guy in Moretti, he was able to elevate and drain it.
41-25, Illinois leads it. And Terrence Shannon's going to try a 3-pointer. A little strong. Imani Hansberry has the rebound. Loses it, but it stays with the Illini. Goody, step back 3 after the pump fake. Also strong. Hansberry gets it again. Fantastic work by Hansberry. And he's rewarded with 2 points. Great work by the freshman.
Just mentioned he's a rebounding machine. One of them, he had to strip it away from a guy, but able to get some points out of that possession.
Averaged 12 rebounds a game last season with Mount St. Joseph High School in Maryland. was the Baltimore Catholic League Player of the Year. Understandably so, of course, since he was the Gatorade Player of the Year in Maryland. As Ferguson tried a little lefty hook shot, but was strong with it. And Emil Fields gets right in the way of Terrence Shannon Jr. and is going to be called for the foul.
Yeah, similar with that drive with Shannon and Kaiser trying to get in the way. It seems like he'd rather just try and stop him up top before he can get rolling downhill, either find a kick out for three or finish himself.
So now with Illinois in the bonus, Terrence Shannon is going to be shooting a 1-and-1 here. Illinois leads it by 18 at the moment. And Shannon will make it 19. Coming off a year last year where he shot 44.2% from the field, 32.1% from behind the arc, and 79% from the free throw line. Big reason why he was a first team all Big Ten member, like I mentioned, according to the coaches. Finished as a Jerry West Shooting Guard of the Year semifinalist as well, and led the team in scoring at 17.2 points per game, which also ranks 7th in the Big Ten. A.J. Hoff over to Blake Ferguson. From the top of the key goes Zambrano, misses right. And Danger finds Gibbs Lawhorn. Lawhorn tries the drive. Nice take by Troy Gibbs Lawhorn. Confident take.
His first two attempts were three-pointers. He said, I'm going to do it myself down low. And we could just see the athleticism. He elevated, able to finish.
Averaged 20.4 points per game with overtime elite last year before coming to Illinois, as Cameron Woods has no success with his try at the layup. Domask to Hawkins, who was thinking about a three, tried instead for Danger, but has no walk down low. A.J. Hoff takes it himself and rejected by Danger.
I mean, just the length and the athleticism is getting to Ottawa down low.
Hawkins found Gibbs Lawhorn, who finds Sincere Harris, but he misses the three, something that Sincere Harris was not great at last year. Sincere Harris only shot 31.7% from behind the arc. Here comes Danger again. Look out below.
Seems like Domask so far in this competition has just made every single right decision. Decided to stay patient, find Danger trailing. Little slip bounce pass in there for the finish.
Ferguson out to Woods. Gets it to Hoff. Zambrano. Eddie Yang has it. He'll try a three. It's long. Sincere Harris to Coleman Hawkins. He'll pull the trigger. Bang! That looked nice for Illinois. Coleman Hawkins puts a cap on this 11-0 run that Illinois has found themselves on now, and they lead it by a score of 52-25 with 2 minutes left here in half number one. We'll step aside for a moment and be right back on Big Ten Plus.
Back with you on Big Ten Plus. We're going to highlight Terrence Shannon Jr. here. First three-pointer for Shannon. Has been having a nice game so far. The only Illini in double figures, 4 for 6 shooting, as well as 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And the fifth-year senior has really been a nice influence on offense, as he usually is for Illinois.
Yeah, I mean, clearly you can tell right away, you know, when Shannon comes into the game, the change of pace. I mean, the game gets a lot quicker. You know, when they get a rebound, they look to get out on offense early, and he's either going to facilitate or finish it himself.
So we're set to resume here. 2 minutes just about over to go here in half number 1. DeAndre Buggage. Hibbett found Anyang outside. It comes back to him after Buggage had it. Blake Ferguson will drive it himself. Lefty floater. It rolls in. Nice work there by Blake Ferguson. And he finds himself on the board for the first time.
Yeah, and that's all set up by Anyang there. Setting a great screen, freeing up Ferguson. He's able to get going with the floater.
Justin Harmon from the corner. Counting. 55 points for the Illini, and they're shooting 40% from 3. That was a big thing going into this year, where they ranked 329th nationally last year, only shooting the 3 ball just over 30% as a team last year.
And we saw they got out hot with the 3 ball, skidded a little bit there in the middle and end of the first half, but now they've hit 2 back-to-back and feeling good.
Anyang, a little fadeaway covered by Danger, no success. And Danger's been winning that matchup so far. Gibbs Lawhorn from the opposite corner. Yes! The threes are raining down here in State Farm Center from the Fighting Illini. They find themselves up by 31.
Everyone wants to get in on the party here. It's almost contagious.
And Jaden Hibbett has no success. Gibbs Lawhorn tries to take. He's fouled by Anyang.
We'd like to see the aggression out of Gibbs Lawhorn, especially out of a freshman. This is his first contest. He's eyes all the way on the defender on the hoop, and he's going to take the contact as well.
Gibbs Lawhorn will get a couple free throws here. And getting ready to check in, we'll have a little fun talking point here. Jackson Biggs coming in for Ottawa, and Spencer, this is kind of a fun little thing because Joey Biggs is the assistant athletic director for basketball here at Illinois and a former graduate of Ottawa University. And in Brad Underwood's media availability, they said that if Jackson Biggs scores, Illinois is going to be running to no end.
Yeah, I mean, it's always great. You never thought that, you know, graduate from Ottawa, you'd be reconvening back again at the State Farm Center, and you know, Biggs is eating it up, you know, talking to alumni, probably some parents as well, just the whole team in general. Great night for him.
Family ties here at State Farm Center tonight. The freshman from Linden, Kansas, as DeAndre Buggage finds himself another three-pointer. And Ottawa reaches the 30-point mark here. 10 seconds to go here in half number 1.
I mean, just coming out of that timeout break, let's look at Buggage here first. Once again, just finding a clear opening, and he's going to pull from deep, anything to get this offense going. But, you know, just to reiterate what Illinois did, it seemed like under 4 minutes to go, a little lull. Ottawa not really coming back, but just kind of, you know, putting the Illini on hold, and then they come and they hit a bunch of threes coming down the stretch. And for Brad Underwood, that's got to feel great for them.
And if you look at the percentages, not like Ottawa is shooting horribly by any means. 35% from the field, 38% from behind the arc. But on the flip side, you got Illinois, who's 64% from the field and 44% from three-point. So that's been the biggest storyline so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfair when you get 63% from the field, 43% from 3. The Illini have been staying patient, picking their shots correctly, and it's been able to pay off here in the first half.
Something other to note, Illinois 26 rebounds as opposed to Ottawa's 10. Dre gives Lawhorn with under 10 seconds to go. Hawkins, Goody. Illini got to put something up here. Hawkins to try to beat the buzzer. It's strong. But it's not like it matters all too much as Illinois is still up by 29 at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, as we talked about before going into the break here, the shooting for Illinois has just been fantastic. It was a big note of emphasis coming in for Brad Underwood. We talked with the pregame. They were taking way too many threes, and now they've been able to pick their threes correctly. Good timing as well, and they've been able to execute great.
Alec Gilmore has Brad Underwood here at halftime.
Thank you, Will. Spencer, guys, here with Illinois head coach Brad Underwood. You've got 20 minutes under your belt at State Farm Center. How you feeling?
Some good, some bad. I thought there for about a 6-minute stretch in the second half. I thought we really lapsed on the defensive side. I thought we had some breakdowns. They're well coached. They do a nice job, and they've made some threes. We've given up too many threes. I liked our pace offensively. We pitched ahead. We made some threes. I thought Marcus Damask was tremendous in terms of sharing the ball, creating extra opportunities for us. Luke got us off to a good start. 20 minutes in, we got 20 minutes to go, but we're learning a lot about our team.
Just quickly here, you talked to us about how you feel like you took too many threes last season. Are you pretty pleased with the shot selection so far?
I love the shot selection. I don't care if they're threes or twos, as long as they're good ones, and we've taken some really good ones, and we're making them, but that doesn't exist every night. But I feel good about the shots we're getting right now.
Appreciate it, Coach. We'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Alec. Great interview with head coach Brad Underwood. Seems like a pretty happy Brad Underwood right now, and reason to be. His team's up by 29 at halftime. We'll take a short break, but don't go anywhere. The second half is coming up in just about 15 minutes here on Big Ten Plus. The 25th ranked team in the nation, Illinois, leads Ottawa by a score of 59-30. Just about ready to get underway here in the second half. Will Charlton, Spencer Nelson, Alec Gilmore with you on this Friday night for this technical start to this college basketball season. And Illinois rode a 62% field goal percentage and a 41% three-point percentage to get them to this 29-point lead. And it is led behind performances by Terrence Shannon Jr., Luke Goody, and Coleman Hawkins, who all have 8+ points.
Yeah, I mean, the three-point shooting, we've been talking about that all broadcast, but, high field goal percentage comes with great looks, and I think facilitating, when it comes from Domask to Coleman Hawkins, it seems like everybody wants to pass the ball, everyone wants to facilitate and get their teammates open looks.
Whereas on the Ottawa side, haven't really found too much success with much. But Illinois has been finding open shooters left and right, as you saw on your screen. Nicola Moretti make that three-pointer. Take a look at some of the stats from the first half. Of course, Illinois with a 59-30 lead. But Spencer, the big one right there, 26 rebounds, so only 11 for the Braves. Illinois has been all over the place down low, but the surprising one, Illinois only with 5 turnovers. They've been playing very clean basketball.
Yeah, and I think, we can go back to those rebounds. A lot of those have been offensive. And when you get offensive boards down low, they've been able to kick out for an open shot or just go right back up with it, maybe even get an and one as well. Turnovers as well was a big point that Brad Underwood wanted to talk about in that pregame. And, they've been executing well, not only with the shot selection, but when we talked about facilitating, they've been doing a great job keeping care of the basketball.
And Illinois has been doing a fantastic job of making sure that they've been able to play in that spacing like they want to, but limit coughing the ball up. So certainly Brad Underwood had reason to be happy going into the half. The buzzer has sounded, so that means both teams will be setting out their 5, and we'll be just about ready for Illinois to send in a pass to start the second half. Ottawa is going to be rocking with DeAndre Buggage, Peyton Kaiser, Ngakien Yang, Emil Fields, and Jayden Hibbett for the Illini. It's the 5 who started the game, and Luke Goody, Ty Rogers, Marcus Domask, Terrence Shannon Jr., and Coleman Hawkins. And here's Ty Rogers, the 6'6" starting point guard for Illinois. That size at starting point guard is going to be something that the Fighting Illini are going to try to take advantage of all season. And Luke Goody gets the scoring started here in half number 2.
They got the scoring started. Got the second bucket in that first half. They go to him right away, get him going early.
Luke Goody, 3 for 5 from behind the arc. Fantastic sign for Brad Underwood's squad as Buggage tried to find him in miscommunication. That's a turnover. 62-30. The Fighting Illini of Illinois lead it. Luke Goody thought about it from deep. Ty Rogers going to drive it himself. Kicks back out to Shannon. Great ball movement. Domask from the corner. Thought about it. Luke Goody tries it. A rare miss for Goody. And that's going to be off Jayden Hibbett.
You can see, though, just consistent, great anticipation, knowing where the ball should go next and passing up on, shots that they thought they were going to force up.
A fun fact about Jayden Hibbett, his career high in points came against these Ottawa Braves last year when he was at Washburn University. Jayden Hibbett transferred over from Washburn and put up a career high 13 points against these Ottawa Braves last year. And now all of a sudden he's wearing the black and yellow of Ottawa.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Siementhal saw something great in that game. Had to get him on the squad.
Emil Fields misses the layup there. And it falls into the hands of Ty Rogers. He'll take it himself. Gets fouled by Yang. I'll tell you what, though. Ty Rogers, that is one physical point guard.
Yeah, I mean, you could just see him driving the lane here. Going over, 1-2, going up strong against, Ottawa's biggest player there. Not afraid of the contact. Came to the ground hard. Able to get up, attempt these free throws.
And like we've talked about going in, the point guard position was such a questionable thing for Illinois. Ty Rogers, by no means your traditional point guard at all. I mean, doesn't really have a threat of a shooting game by any means. Didn't attempt a three-pointer all of last year, but is really active down low. And he rebounds like no one else.
Yeah, I think, Coach Underwood can go with a lot of different identities for the Illini, and with Rogers, you got a lot of scoring options with Hawkins and Shannon. Rogers is just looking to complement that.
Ty Rogers, something he also struggled with big time was shooting from the free throw line. He was only 38.7% last season. That's good. He's short on the three. 12 for 31 last year from the stripe was Ty Rogers. Terrence Shannon Jr. strips Peyton Kaiser. He's going to drive it himself. Gets fouled on the way up. That's pretty much all you can really do there if you're DeAndre Buggage.
Right, especially, not only was Shannon, great anticipation there going through the back, and honestly a pretty good foul there by Buggage. All he could do, set him to the line, make him earn his points.
That's DeAndre Buggage, first foul. Already the second team foul on Ottawa in this second half. Terrence Shannon Jr. will try a couple. 10 points on 4 for 7 shooting. Make that 11. Now 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Couple assists, a block, a steal for Shannon. Illinois led in the rebounding category currently at the moment by Ty Rogers and Marcus Domask, each with 5. And Shannon goes 2 for 2. Buggage into Klompenmaker. Ottawa looking to set something up here. Screen by Klompenmaker, looking to drive for Buggage. Ends back up in the hands of Klompenmaker. His three is just short, but it's going to be a foul on the floor. Looks like it's going against Luke Goody.
Yeah, Ottawa taking their time there, setting up the pick and roll. And get a little fade action there for the big man. Let him shoot. Once again, I think Hawkins makes a difference when he's just getting his big body, putting the hands up, and able to affect that shot, even though he's nowhere near the shooter.
Back in the game for the Illini, Quincy Guerrier. Quick pull by Hibbett. Nothing doing. Illinois looking to play in transition here. Shannon's going to take it. And it's going to be an on-the-floor foul by Buggage before he goes up.
Yeah, Shannon clearly saw the mismatch there with Buggage. Going to put a shoulder in Buggage's chest and draw another foul. That's 2 quick fouls early in the second half here for Buggage.
Buggage listed at 5'9", Shannon at 6'8". What are we supposed to do? Ty Rogers to inbound, finds Coleman Hawkins. Domask. The SIU transfer, and he shoves Peyton Kaiser off, and that's going to be an offensive foul. That's a pretty obvious one.
Yeah, and it all just comes down to that left elbow extending there. Kaiser did a good job selling it as well, but when that left arm comes up, let's take a look here. Right there. That's going to be an easy call.
Definitely extended that left arm. Domask, his 35.3 minutes per game last season with the Southern Illinois Salukis. Actually was the most in program history by any player ever. He was on the floor and was a court general for SIU last year, as well as averaging 16.7 points per game. As Hawkins finds Gary inside. That's an easy 2 for the Illinois. Gary using his size.
Yeah, I mean, Hawkins, just a great sequence there defensively to get the steal. He's staying patient. And we're starting to see a little bit of veteran play from him as well. He knows defensively where the ball is going, where it's going to be, and offensively where the ball needs to go. It's been really impressive from him.
Gary, a guy who has scored over 1,000 career points already, and he slams that one home. Beautiful alley-oop between Domask and Guerrier.
I mean, it almost was like he wasn't even at half court yet. He was calling for the ball to go up. They want to see him going early.
Uh-oh. Coleman Hawkins, you are clear for takeoff. Illinois taking advantage of stealing the ball near midcourt, and all Coleman Hawkins had to do was jam it home. 70-30, Illinois leads it, and we are going to head into a quick little timeout. We'll be right back on Big Ten Plus. we're going to check in with Alec Gilmore, the third member of our team once again. Alec, what you got for us?
Thank you, Will Spencer. Guys, I spoke to head coach Aaron Siebenthal of the Ottawa Braves coming out of halftime, and he was honest with me. He said it's everything that they were hoping for, this experience for his players, for himself, and for this entire program. He was honest with me. He said he's pretty proud of the execution so far, and with the caliber of competition that Ottawa will normally face this year, he feels like they'll have better results. He would still like to push the pace a little bit more. He tried to do that in the first half, and he'd like to continue that into the second half. And he did say that he would like for Illinois to not shoot quite as well, but other than that, he's pretty happy with the experience overall, and he wants to make the most of it the rest of the way.
Thank you, Alec. Like we were talking about coming into this broadcast, Aaron Siebenthal was really looking to just enjoy the experience of playing a Power 5 school like Illinois, especially with such a premier basketball history here in Champaign. And they're getting all that and more. And, you know, coming into this game, both sides knew this didn't count toward the record. So the experience is all that matters clearly for Ottawa. And Brad Underwood was saying, as a coach himself who came from a smaller school and smaller roots, he knows how big of a deal this can be to a program like Ottawa. Terrence Shannon Jr. steals it, goes up with him himself, but cannot get the layup to fall. He'll get 2 free throws instead of an and-one chance.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned our talk with Coach Underwood as we get Shannon going down the lane here. Takes 2 guys. Almost gets the N1 there, but Siebenthal was very down to earth. You could tell he understood what this competition, how this was going to shape up, and this was not result oriented at all. You know, he knew this was going to be a great experience for his guys, and hoping that they can learn a thing or two before going into the regular season play.
And Coach Underwood earlier today was saying he hopes that Ottawa gets better from this experience as a team. He hopes they're able to come together more and learn some things from a program like Illinois who plays basketball at such a high level, of course, and knows that experience is everything as a coach. So as someone who has rose up the ranking himself, he knows what it's like to be in Aaron Siementhal's shoes as the coach of this NAIA program for Ottawa. Speaking of the Braves, back on offense here, Blake Ferguson finds Klompenmaker, tries another 3. Strong again. Klompenmaker misses his second attempt from behind the arc, and Shannon takes it himself with the right hand. Points number 15 and 16 now for the Illini star player. A big reason why him and Coleman Hawkins decided to come back this year was the fact they know this is a national championship-esque caliber team. That is something they were really excited about coming into the season. Great find by Coleman Hawkins. Terrence Shannon Jr. there on the baseline, and Hawkins, that was almost like a no-looker, it looked like.
And from defense to offense as well, the block from Rogers turning into the great pass from Hawkins. And they just keep on rolling here in the second half. A little bit of a fumble led to the block coming into the transition. And Hawkins sees him the whole way.
No-looker. Oh, Coleman Hawkins, my goodness. That's only the second assist for Hawkins, but that was a pretty nice one. We'll take another short break and be right back on Big Ten Plus. Back with you on Big Ten Plus. A big storyline for Illinois basketball this season was, obviously we know the men's team is going to be very good, but the women's team is on the come up And they have a very exciting season on tap. For the first time since 1999, both men and women are ranked in the top 25 preseason.
Yeah, and I mean, Will, we called a few games before Shauna Green came to this program last year. We saw State Farm Center was not as jumping as it was when Shauna Green came.
Not by any means.
And essentially just turned the whole program around, and to see a top 25 start for the women is going to draw more attraction, and going to get Champaign a little more bumping.
The women have a lot to look forward to this year, but back to the men. 4th year in a row, they're ranked preseason in the AP Top 25. Obviously, of course, coming in at number 25 this time around. Brad Underwood happy about the preseason ranking, but not where they want to be, of course. Brad Underwood, of course, has led Illinois to being the winningest program in Big Ten play over the past 4 seasons, rather. Record of 55-25 in conference play. The last 4 seasons. That includes a Big Ten tournament championship in 2021, a regular season championship that they shared with Wisconsin in 2022. From the corner, Zambrano hits the 3.
Yeah, Zambrano's had a quick trigger tonight. Finally gets one to fall there in the corner.
Ricardo Zambrano, first points of the night. Shot 39% from behind the arc last year. The transfer from Northern New Mexico College. Played in 25 games for the Braves last year, but Justin Harmon returns the favor.
Yeah, simply just swinging it around the arc. Nothing too special there. A little bit of an opening. He's going to fire.
Harmon now 3 for 3, including 2 for 2 from behind the arc with 10 points. That's pretty much the definition of efficient, if you ask me.
A few guys as well. Domask as well, I know he was shooting perfect from the field.
Kloppenmaker, he finds a 3-pointer for the first time tonight. Nice work by Ottawa. Hito Kloppenmaker, the native of Lelystad in the Netherlands. Justin Harmon again, that was way off. Danger tries to get it down low, ends up with it, but gets stripped. Danger, the transfer from Baylor. Also, a big story about this Illinois team, something they praise highly. Every member of the team ran their mile time in under 5 minutes and 30 seconds. That's pretty remarkable.
That's pretty remarkable considering that, these are big guys. I mean, you got to move all that weight. And I mean, the mile is certainly, a pretty tough event as well. That's very impressive, As a runner myself, I know the struggle of just, trying to get to that feet. And for these guys that isn't even their top priority. Their top priority is basketball. That's impressive.
That's going to be an offensive foul call against Hito Kloppenmaker. Moving screen. Drawn once again by Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn. Gibbs-Lawhorn, that's the second time he's drawn one of those moving screens tonight, so good work by the freshman point guard. Sincere Harris back in the game for Illinois. Danger, left elbow. Gibbs-Lawhorn drives it, fumbles it a little bit, throws it away. Ends up in the hands of Peyton Kaiser. Zambrano in the corner. Back up top to Kaiser. Ends up in the hands of point guard Blake Ferguson. Kaiser will go the opposite baseline. Ottawa only 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Cameron Woods, count it. Nice shot by Cameron Woods over the arm of Quincy Guerrier.
I mean, he's been a guy tonight who, whenever Ottawa needs a bucket, he's going to go and get one. And he's been scoring from everywhere on the court as well. One thing to note here, Ottawa switching to his zone defense. That's why I see a little bit of a slow down pace, different looks, swinging a lot.
This is where Illinois finds some struggles sometimes. They find Sincere Harris open for the 3. Couple guys came down low for the rebound. Ends up in the arms of Quincy Guerrier. He finishes it.
I think just on the part of Siementhal as well, understanding that there aren't many great three-point shooters out right now. They're going to allow those open looks with that zone defense.
Sincere Harris, the guy who shot 31.7% from behind the arc a season ago, like we mentioned. It's not a very big sample size, not like he did it very often. Shot it when he was open, and honestly, he's a very streaky shooter. When he's cold, he's cold. When he's hot, though. We saw that a very good amount last year. As we're going to have a foul called on Illinois, it's going to result in 2 free throws for Cameron Woods. Quincy Guerrier credited with the foul there, his first. And Cameron Woods has a chance to become the first Brave to reach over double digits. He does so. 10 points now for Cameron Woods. Next closest is DeAndre Buggage with his 9. All 9 points from DeAndre Buggage are from behind the arc, too. 3 threes. Cameron Woods, 4 for 7 now from the arc, and now 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Make that 2 for 3. So he stays with 10. Does Cameron Woods. Ty Rogers out to Luke Goody. Wide open 3. Rims in and out. Quincy Guerrier, or Justin Harmon rather, fights for the rebound. But gets fouled.
You can see right away Underwood, gets Goody in the game within that zone defense, and he had a wide open look there. And Goody's been knocking him down all night, so pretty uncharacteristic miss. But we talked about the rebounds coming out of the second half, or out of the first half, sorry. And with Domask and Ainsbury now in there, I mean, they've just been so active on the boards that it's just so hard for Ottawa to stop.
Justin Harmon might only be 6'4", but this is a guy who averaged 3.8 rebounds a game last season. So certainly a guy who has rebounding potential to his name as he makes the free throw.
I mean, with so much talent on this team as well, and that's how you earn yourself some minutes, in terms of those, just that grit, getting those offensive rebounds.
The college basketball debut for Ngak Yang is over. He has fouled out after that foul against Justin Harmon. Finishes with only 2 points on 1 for 5 shooting, including 0 for 2 from behind the arc. Had a couple assists and a couple turnovers, no rebounds for the guy who's listed at 6'8" and the tallest guy on this Ottawa roster. That just kind of goes to show how dominant Illinois has been on the boards. Missed 3 by Peyton Kaiser. Ends up in the arms of Amani Hansberry. Domask from the corner. Oh, just misses. Amani Hansberry finishes it, though, off the offensive rebound. 38 rebounds. 39 rebounds, rather, as opposed to the 16 for Ottawa. Illinois dominated that category. Kaiser tried something, but Luke Goody's defense said no. Cameron Woods is going to try and pull up again. He has been nice with that tonight. Cameron Woods. Beautiful fadeaway. Goody thought about it. And instead, it's going to be Domask who has a wide open chance. Oh, he's going to hit that one.
And we're starting to see some of those Ottawa guys who have been out there just a little longer than some of those Illinois guys coming off the bench. And now the game's starting to slow down just a little bit.
87-41, Fighting Illini lead it. And I'm no mathematician, but with them being just under 90 points with 10 minutes to go in the second half, they're on pace for 120 points right now. Will that happen? I'm not too sure, but we'll find out in these final just under 11 minutes and change here on Big Ten Plus. We'll be right back. Illinois leads it by 46 points here with just under 11 minutes to go in the second half. Will Charlton, Spencer Nelson, Alec Gilmore here on Big Ten Plus with you for this exhibition affair between Ottawa and Illinois. Taking a look in just a few moments, we'll take a look at the upcoming action for both sides as DeAndre Buggage found Woods, who finds Hibbett. And Hibbett back into the scoring category with points number 6 and 7.
Yeah, Ottawa's been doing a good job with that down screen and the post and just slipping by, getting some easy buckets.
Domask tried a three. Had no success with it. Ty Rogers with the rebound, but was stripped by Cameron Woods. And how about the game tonight by Cameron Woods, really being a difference maker for Ottawa. That certainly has to have Aaron Stiebenthal very happy.
Yeah, I mean, there are going to be some tough games down the stretch where offense is going to be stagnant, and Woods has just clearly shown that he could be a guy who can isolate, pull up from the mid-range or drive and hit a floater, hit a shot from the outside as well. So that's been very impressive from him.
Cameron Woods, a guy who only averaged 6.1 points a game last season with Cassitat Community College in Arkansas, making a nice impact tonight for Ottawa. Quick timeout here. Won't be immediate timeout, so the teams will head right back.
Just to keep on going with that point, I mean, with Woods, right, that'll free up other scorers as well, such as Buggage. Defenses might have to, adjust their protection and adjust their defenses, for Woods now, and that'll free up other offensive scorers.
Ty Rogers inbound once again for Illinois out of that line formation. Hansberry had nothing going down low, so it's out to Moretti. Goody thought about it from the corner. Does pull a little step back, though. Misses short on kind of fading away on that attempt. But who else but Ty Rogers ends up with the rebound once again?
Yeah, I think with Goody as well on that three-point shot. Great catch and shooter. Kind of took that step to the left, and you mentioned he sort of faded away there. Could be a reason why he came up short, but if Goody can work on that, shooting off the dribble, that'll be a whole different asset that he has as a three-point shooter.
Ty Rogers does not shoot free throws very well at all. Misses another one, but Marcus Domask ends up with another rebound. He's working down low. Good work by Emil Fields, though. Hibbett tries a three. He has it. Emil Fields on the strip leads to a Jaden Hibbett transition three. Nice work by the Braves. Moretti for Illinois. Over to Domask. Screened by Rogers. Down low. Kicks it out to Moretti. Drive into Hansberry. He walked. Did look like he definitely shuffled his feet a little bit there.
And Moretti, pump fake drive. I mean, Moretti, very savvy, with misdirection. You could see his head looking one way, but he's passing the ball another way. I mean, Hansberry just maybe wasn't expecting that pass right there, which could have led to that turnover.
Moretti, a guy who joined Illinois this past January after playing in the NBA Global Academy in Australia. Also participated in the Academy Games in Atlanta with Global Academy, where he averaged 10.3 points a game and 3.5 assists per game. Also had a very nice appearance in the G League Winter Showcase. 19 points and 10 assists, part of a double-double for Nicolo Moretti. Quincy Guerrier wide open from the top of the key. Count it.
And that was the first time we saw that full court press from Ottawa. And maybe just some miscommunication, not understanding who needed to get who, but Guerrier won't miss that opportunity for a wide open three.
90-46, the Illini lead it. Here's Woods on the drive. Turns around, gets it to go. Physical tonight is Cameron Woods, and he's not been afraid to go through any contact or spin around and use that nice little shot that he has to make it pour in.
He's coming down the court with a smile on his face. He's loving this experience. It's great for the team as well.
Goody way short on the three. And it goes out of bounds off an Ottawa player. Looks like it might have gone off Peyton Kaiser. Jackson Biggs back in the game for Ottawa. If you're just joining us, he is a relative to Joey Biggs, the assistant athletic director for basketball here at Illinois, a fellow Ottawa grad himself. That's a fun little storyline in this affair tonight. As Gary had it covered by Biggs. Danger over to Domask in the corner. It's long. Danger ends up with it. 2 points for Illinois.
It's just kind of been how this night's going. You know, Zambrano came down, went to double danger. They kick, airball 3, but the offensive rebound, you know, Ottawa just could not get anything going. That's been the story all night for them.
8th point for Dane Danger. Now 4 for 4 from the field. Hibbett for 3. All strong. Gary ends up with it. Here's Moretti. The guy who had a great Spain, a part of that 3-game Spain trip for Illinois where they won every game they played, took down the Madrid All-Stars, the Valencia International Basketball Academy, and the Catalonia All-Stars, part of that 3-game trip. Their biggest win was a 45-point win over Valencia International Basketball Academy. That's going to draw us to the under 8 timeout. So with that, we'll take a short break ourselves, and we'll be right back on Big Ten Plus. Looks like the third member of our crew, Alec Gilmore, has something else for us. What you got, Alec?
Sir, guys, maybe you've heard of Joey Biggs. Maybe you've even heard of Jackson Biggs, who's just checked back into the game. But then there's Joe Biggs sitting in the stands over there for Ottawa today. Just in 8th grade, the younger brother of Jackson Biggs in this big storyline that we've been talking about throughout this game today. But Joe Biggs talked about how excited his brother and the rest of the team has been for this game. It's been a great experience for them. He's thought about it every single day ever since it was announced. And Joe was talking to me about how exciting this is for the friends and family of Ottawa that have traveled up here to watch this game in a very unique environment for them. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience for a lot of these guys, and who knows, maybe Joe Biggs, he's seeing it right now, maybe he'll be on the floor for one of these days. Back to you guys.
Now we were talking about a fantastic storyline for this game tonight, as on your screen right there, Jackson Biggs, a freshman forward for these Ottawa Braves. 6'6" from Linden, Kansas. So, Alec, you might have a point there that he might be playing in an Ottawa jersey at some point, as that is definitely a basketball family, are the Biggs. But Illinois leads in 92-48 over the Ottawa Braves. Been a very nice performance all around by the Fighting Illini tonight. Brad Underwood's team has played with a purpose. They've looked poised, and like we mentioned in the open, I mean, based on what we've seen, there is stuff to be excited about this season.
Yeah, and you know, there were a few points with Coach Underwood on, you know, just building chemistry, playing clean as well, and we've seen that. So clearly, what's to be excited about is that, you know, the Illinois can come out here with a purpose and with a game plan and execute.
Nice take there with the left hand by Blake Ferguson. Puts up his 3rd and 4th points of the game. Ottawa now up to 50. As Justin Harmon looks to drive it out. Moretti was trying to find Gibbs Lawhorn in the corner, but was not tipped out of bounds. And Brad Underwood is not happy about that one.
Well, I mean, you got to think there's 7.5 minutes. You're up, you know, 42 points, and the fire's still there for Coach Underwood. That's what you want to see, is just that consistent passion, consistent energy, not staying complacent.
Blake Ferguson can't handle the pass over from A.J. Hoff. Turnover right back by the Braves. Monty Hansberry back in the game for Illinois. Nicolo Moretti and Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn, a couple freshmen running the front court. Or the back court, rather. Guerrier for three. Misses. Little transition game by the Braves here. Ferguson had something for a second, but had to pull it back. Hoff tries a three. Strong. Gibbs-Lawhorn goes up for the rebound. Guerrier again for three. Misses again. Amani Hansberry on the rebound and finishes it himself. Nice work by Amani Hansberry. He's up to 10 points. Biggs tries a three. Misses long. And the pass by Gibbs-Lawhorn in transition, trying to find Hansberry down low. Does not work out at all. As coming into the game for the first time for Ottawa will be Kobe Johnson. He's one of those rah-rah guys that Coach Siementhal was telling us about in our pre-production meeting earlier this week. A guy who was always active in the locker room, always active on the bench. And the sophomore forward from Ottawa, Kansas, finds himself in the game for the first time.
I mean, just to give you guys perspective, you know, he stands up, he's going to the score table, and Illinois fans are the ones cheering. So, I mean, just to see how eccentric he is and he's able to get, you know, he's probably chirping on there. Illinois fans understand that. That is great to see.
He was a member of Ottawa's varsity reserve team, rather, a season ago. Appeared in only 3 games with this actual Ottawa team. And then redshirted the season before that. Kobe Johnson tries a long-range three, but it's way short. A.J. Red defending. Gibbs-Lawhorn goes to the basket himself, draws the count against Kobe Johnson, and will head to the free throw line. So now with A.J. Red in the game, we still have yet to see Keaton Kutcher and Max Williams, but based on what Brad Underwood told us, well, would you look at that? Coming in to check in right now is Keaton Kutcher. Pretty good timing. So now the only person who has not checked in for Illinois is Max Williams, but I'm sure that's going to change relatively soon. Keaton Kutcher, a transfer from University of South Dakota. As Gibbs-Lawhorn can't find either free throw to drop, but Amani Hansberry collects yet another rebound. 8th rebound now for Hansberry, nearing a double-double in his first game as a college basketball player. A.J. Red on the rebound. And Red is rejected by Kobe Johnson. A.J. Hoff on the take. Wow, what a block by Gibbs-Lawhorn. Are you kidding me? My goodness, he's only 6'1" and did that. And he finds Hansberry. Great work on both ends of the court there by Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn. He's showing why he is proving that Brad Underwood said we haven't seen a freshman like him in a while in this program, and he just showed that on both ends of the court there.
I mean, shades of TSJ, right? Being able to do it defensively, and he's going to get out on offense, run the court, and he can finish as well, but he decides to dump it off for the easy bucket.
Biggs can't get the pull-up to fall, as Moretti does a nice little dribble move out to Gibbs-Lawhorn for three. He finds it. Second three of the game for Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn. He's up to 9 points.
Yeah, he's feeling good. I mean, after that block, gave a little stare down there. Now injecting some fire in this late game.
Kobe Johnson throws it away to Kutcher. Lawhorn's going to take it again. Make it 11. Very nice game tonight for the freshman, and the Illini have passed the century mark. A.J. Hoff tries a three. Drills it. A.J. Hoff now up to 6, or finds his first basket there at that three-pointer. He's now 1 for 4. Nicolo Moretti tries a three. It's a little strong. Brecken Ratzliff has the ball. Kobe Johnson tries a three again. This is just right. And the Ottawa bench got up and really wanted that one to fall there. Even head coach Aaron Siementhal gave a little grin. Nicolo Moretti on the drive. Nice move with the right hand. And look who's also about to check in. It's Max Williams. Well, that's going to take us to the under 4 timeout. Illinois leads it by 50, 103-53. And let's check out this block again from Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn. My goodness. I mean, that is just unbelievably athletic for a 6'1" point guard.
Yeah, look at him on the finish here. Dump it off. He's got 2 guys jumping, gets it to Hansberry. And what they're going to be looking for with him is not only the development physically, but also mentally as well. Once they get him facilitating, shooting right, he's going to be a force in the Big Ten and on the national level.
And with this timeout, it gives us a chance to take a look at the upcoming schedules for both sides. We'll start with the Ottawa Braves, who do have some NAIA competition coming up. They're going to be opening the season against Kansas Christian College, and then the next night they'll be playing host to Haskell Indian Nations University. And then at the start of November, they will be visiting Baker University in the state of Kansas. Now on the flip side, the Fighting Illini, they have a very big matchup coming up with the #1 ranked team in the nation. It's an exhibition game again, but they are hosting the Kansas Jayhawks here, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, right here at State Farm Center. That game on Big Ten Plus at 5 p.m. And then you see it on your screen right there. After that, they open the season with 2 games on Big Ten Plus, both at home against Eastern Illinois and Oakland. So you can make sure that you have Big Ten Plus, because you're going to be able to watch not just this game tonight, but those 2 at the start of the regular season for the Fighting Illini, and then 1 more after that as well. So if you don't have Big Ten Plus, right now is going to be the time to get it if you want to watch Illinois basketball.
And I think for the Ottawa, I'm going to be keeping up with them. I think it's important. When these exhibition games come together, you get to see teams who are just in a different realm of basketball. And I know myself. I'm going to be keeping up with them on the NAIA scene. And for this exhibition game coming up against Kansas, you're able to see at halftime a little, Bill Self, Brad Underwood talk, and Bill Self's coming back to Illinois. That's going to be exciting.
Ottawa, a team who went 12-17 last year, as well as 9-13 in the Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference, which ranked 8th in that conference. They were predicted to finish 6th in the coaches poll this season. And in our pre-production meeting with Aaron Siebenthal, he was saying that if they finish lower than 6th, they kind of view this as a very disappointing season. So they have aspirations to try and get back into the NAIA National Tournament, which they missed out on last year.
Yeah, and I think, looking at the results from previous years, 2019, obviously a great year for them. And they have been a plus 500 team up until last year. So I think, with that coaches poll, it could have been a little disrespectful when they saw, they were ranked a little lower than years prior. And they're ready to take a step up again and perform.
Carter Hamey hits the layup there for the Braves, gets himself on the board for the first time. Just another 3 minutes to go here from State Farm Center. Monty Hansberry has it ripped by Brecken Ratzliff. Gibbs-Lawhorn, little gather step and a beautiful floater.
Yeah, and this is just where the athletic separation comes into play, right? We have both teams who have, their end of the benches in right now, and with Gibbs-Lawhorn, he's just able to step right through and hit an easy floater.
Taking it to the hoop is Carter Hamey again. Very nice work by Hamey, who's seeing some late action here in this ball game. Back-to-back possessions with a bucket for Carter Hamey. A.J. Red into Amani Hansberry. Easy 2 for Illinois. That's now 14 points for Hansberry. And he also has 10 rebounds, so a double-double for Hansberry in his first collegiate basketball game, as we see Jackson Biggs getting the 2-pointer to fall. He'll have a chance for an and-1 in a second here. But how about that game for Hansberry? Been active all night long in the rebounding category, which we knew he probably would be. And he has gotten it done down low as well, 7 for 8 from the field.
Yeah, I mean the freshmen as well. You can throw in Gibbs-Lawhorn in there. I mean, the freshmen have just been great for them tonight. Yeah, and just like spark plugs, that's really how they see themselves right now. And when they get into regular season play, Big Ten play, that's going to be their role, is coming in and making a difference. Whether that's going to be offensive, defensive, whatever, they're going to find any way they can to contribute to an Illinois win.
A.J. Red hits a three-pointer. A guy who only appeared in 2 games last season for Illinois after walking onto the team, starting as a manager here with this program after coming from St. Ignatius High School in the city of Chicago, was the number 4 all-time leading scorer at St. Ignatius, eclipsing over 1,100 points, and was the career leader in rebounds, assists, and steals at St. Ignatius High School. So certainly a guy who deserves to be playing college basketball, and he puts himself into the scoring category tonight as Peyton Mallory, a junior guard from Lawrence, Kansas, hits a free throw, his first point of the game, and make that 2. 110-62, the Illini lead it. I mean, even though this game doesn't count, the most points the Illini put up last season was 103 in a regular season game that came on November 14th against Monmouth. That game was unreal. I mean, Illinois, it felt like they scored like 20 points in the first 5 minutes of that game.
Right, we got that feeling today as well. You know, coming out hot and, you know, balls zipping around the court, 3 balls working. So definitely similar feel today, and they've just been able to continue that throughout the whole game.
Max Williams going to get his first chance at a couple points. So he got fouled going up. Foul on Brecken Ratzliff. Max Williams a little strong in the first free throw. Guy who transferred over from DePaul University. Has appeared in only 9 total games in his college basketball career. Does not have a made field goal at all yet in a legitimate college basketball game, but this is a guy who played basketball at IMG Academy, just like Terrence Shannon did. Kobe Johnson getting some cheers again from the Illinois crowd. His jumper's blocked by Monty Hansberry. The Ottawa bench wants for the score so badly. It's pretty funny to watch and observe. Gibbs Lawhorn on the drive, goes up and under. He's really showing some nice moves here tonight. Dre Gibbs Lawhorn, I mean, if Illinois is able to find something out of this kid in the first season, that's going to be a great sign for Brad Underwood's team. He's going to provide so much athleticism and so much burst to this team. And he's showing it tonight. A.J. right out to Hansberry. He tries a 3. Misses right.
Well, you got to think 40 seconds left. They're going to get the ball to Johnson here. Get him a shot up.
Jackson Biggs for 3. Nearly goes off the backboard. Oh, they're booing. They wanted to see Kobe Johnson get a chance. Illinois leads it by 51. And it looks like Brad Underwood's going to let them kind of wind this clock down. As Lawhorn's going to send over to Red. He's going to hold it. Keaton Kutcher's going to try a 3. He has it. They're not done yet, I guess. One last chance for Ottawa. It's going to be Peyton Mallory who takes it. Step back 3. It's good. Oh, it's not your typical buzzer beater, but whatever works for the Ottawa Braves. But it results in a 51-point win for the Fighting Illini in this exhibition match. They put up 116 on Ottawa, and it was a complete team effort by the Fighting Illini tonight, Spencer.
Yeah, I think you got to put the emphasis on team effort. You know, obviously they got all their guys in the game, but they were able to facilitate. Everyone was getting an even number of shots up. And, you know, the starters, you know, obviously they can score with great ease, but they were looking to facilitate. And I think that's going to be a point of emphasis moving forward in the season.
Leading the points category for Illinois was Terrence Shannon Jr. No surprise there, of course, but Dre Gibbs Lawhorn, 15 points, the second leading scorer on Illinois. Then you also have Amani Hansberry, the third leading scorer at 14 points. So it was a very nice effort for the Fighting Illini tonight. And, I mean, a lot of smiles on the Ottawa side. They know this was a great opportunity for them to come and play against top-notch competition. I mean, this is a top 25 team in the nation, of course. And looks like Alec is going to be joined by a player in just a second here. Looks like Terrence Shannon Jr. is heading over there to talk with Alec. So we're going to send it over to the third member of our team. Alec, what you got for us?
Thank you, Will. Spencer here with Terrence Shannon Jr., 18 points, led all scorers. Terrence, game number 1, how are you feeling?
I feel good. Everybody, I feel like we should never let them get over 60 points. We did a good job at the beginning of the game coming out with intensity on defense, but we just let it slip. But this is the first game, some guys' first time playing here. I feel like overall it was good, but it's just something to learn from.
Is there anything in particular that you are already thinking, I've got to improve on this as we get closer to the regular season and even the game against Kansas?
Just probably getting more rebounds. I think I only had 1 rebound today, and if I get on the boards for my guys, I know I'm unstoppable in transition, and it opened the floor up for everyone else, so I just got to do a better job rebounding.
As you get ready, you're heading into the season, is there anything about this team that feels different compared to last year?
We got a lot of depth. As you can see, like, we got multiple lineups where it just looks the same, and everyone can pretty much all-around players, and we just got a lot of good guys that can play basketball, and everyone supports each other, so it's really good, man.
All right, thank you, Terrence. Congrats on the win. Well, back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Alec. Great interview there with Terrence Shannon Jr., the game's leading scorer. But for that pretty much wraps up our coverage for this game tonight. One last look at the final stats. Big thing right there, 59 rebounds opposed to Ottawa's 22. Illinois, 37 more rebounds and 14 more assists than Ottawa. They also win the turnover battle, as you see on your screen there. But with that, that's pretty much all we got for you tonight here on Big Ten Plus. For my broadcast partner, Spencer Nelson and Alec Gilmore, our producer, Will Horvath, and our entire Big Ten Plus crew, I'm Will Charlton saying so long from State Farm Center. Once again, the final score, Illinois wins it 116-65. We thank you for watching this Big Ten Network studio production by the University of Illinois. The next Illinois Student U basketball broadcast will be Monday, October 30th, when the Illini women, led by second-year head coach Shauna Green, host an exhibition game against Truman State. Good night from Champaign, and thanks for watching.